Do you think this matters? You think this matters? I'm gonna tell you a secret. They fucking don't, bro. They don't at all. If you're first starting out in your journey, the sooner you're gonna realize and adopt this mindset, the faster you're gonna turn profitable. Results don't fucking matter. Equity curve doesn't matter. Profits, phases, what phase you're in, if you're break even, they don't matter, bro. Let's say you're phase one or phase two. While you're not live, if you care about the results, how are you gonna be able to handle losses when you go live? How are you gonna be able to do that? Just tell me. How are you gonna be able to handle losses when you're gonna go live if phase one and phase two losses are affecting you right now? How are you gonna be able to do that? You're not. So you have to learn to not care about this stuff. I was at 6%. Now I'm at 2%. I'm gonna show you right now. Does this affect me mentally? It doesn't. You know why? Because I don't care about results. Because no matter how many times I'm gonna fail, at some point I'm gonna succeed. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. I just know at some point I'm gonna succeed. And I know one of you, at least one of you guys, which if you're watching this video, you know who I'm referring to, you want to see me fail. But that's just going to be temporary. Even if you see me fail right now, that's going to be temporary. That's not going to happen. Oh, I was actually at 6%. Now I'm almost at break even. Do you think this affects me? Like, my equity curve took a massive toll. Do you think this affects me? It doesn't. It doesn't. I did some mistakes because of mindset, because of many things, but this will not affect me because I stay focused on the process, on getting better. Yeah, I took a loss, so what? Yeah, I was a 6%. I was a one trade away from passing the account, so what? Why does it matter? It doesn't, because making money as fast as possible doesn't matter. Like, these things, until you develop this mindset, you will never turn profitable. Even if you see this equity curve and you can say, okay, but you're not profitable, you're basically break even. Why are you telling me this? Well, I'm basically just trying to help you. Like, if you're at the start of the journey, I'm just giving you a heads up so you can learn from my mistakes. This is the purpose of this channel. This is not me trying to hide my mistakes. This is purely me putting them out there and helping you learn from them. As long as you're going to stay focused on the process, you're going to turn profitable, either be this month, either this be next year, or 3 years from now. You have to understand that trading is a matter of improving. Like, trading is a matter of skill. Like, you're going to turn profitable when you have the necessary skill of being profitable, of becoming a profitable trader within you. Results don't come first, then you become a profitable trader. It's the opposite way. This is what many people don't realize. This is the basis of manifestation. First, you become the person who is worthy and who has the abilities to turn profitable, then the results will follow. It's never the opposite way. It's never you're first gonna see that and then you're gonna start being that person. It's never like that. It's never like that. Never in your life. First, you have to become. So, two things that matter in trading. These are the only things that matter, right? First is psychology, this is how I like to illustrate it. Psychology is the basis, is the foundation of your trading, or mindset, however you want to call it. I like to call it mindset a bit more. And then it's your edge and your experience. Actually, three things: edge and experience. You might ask, why does psychology matter? Why is it the basis of trading? You heard this all over the place. Psychology is the first thing, like the most important thing. Is 90% psychology and 10% technicals, but it's not. They are both equally important. It's 100 and 100. They are all important. So let's understand why psychology is the foundation of your trading. So why psychology matters is because psychology or mindset can negatively affect you applying your edge. So considering that you have your edge, you have a technical skill. So now we are representing a case where you have technical skill, you have a strategy, you have an edge of consistently making money in the market. The only thing that can affect you from becoming profitable, if you have your technical skills, is your mindset. And this is what I'm getting through. There's two mindset that you can have on trading. Focusing on the results. You have to understand both of them, right? Both of them. We're going to start with the negative one, is focusing on results. What is this going to do? What is this going to do? If you're losing and you're focusing on the fact that you're going to lose, what is this going to do? It's going to make emotions appear. It's going to trigger emotions, fear, greed. What are these emotions going to do? Make you over leverage, make you not stick to your strategy, make you over trade, and so on. So basically, we have to reverse engineer. All psychological mistakes come from having emotions, and all emotions come from focusing on the results. Oh, would you look at that? It actually kind of makes sense, bro. How are you like, how are you this smart? This okay, so this actually makes sense, right? Because when you're focused on making money, that's when losses are gonna get to you. That's when you're gonna get angry. That's when you're gonna get frustrated, and that's when you're gonna force trades. That's when you're gonna over leverage. That's when you're not gonna stick to your strategy, and that's when you're gonna over trade. So every psychological mistakes that you have as a trader will come for the fact that you're not focusing where you should be. You're focusing on the results. So in short, if you focus on the process, there's not going to be any emotions appearing, and therefore what this will do, this will eliminate all psychological mistakes that you have as a trader. So in short, actually, every psychological mistake that you have as a trader will be solved if you focus on the process. You're not going to over leverage because you're focused on the process and you don't care about making all the losses back that you had from the previous day. You're not going to over trade because you're disciplined, and you know that for you to be profitable, you need to have 1 to 2 trades per day. So all of these are going to disappear if you're going to be focused on the process. Why is it the basis of trading? Is because if your mindset is not where it's supposed to be, you're not going to be able to apply your edge consistently in the market. Therefore, you're not going to be able to be profitable. Because if you're from a bad mindset, you can have, like, let's say realistically, your edge is 70 to 80% win rate. But if you have a bad mindset at the foundation, the result of these two will be unprofitable. So under 30% win rate. This is what I've been encountering a lot of times. The result is going to be under 30% win rate if you have a negative mindset, if you're focusing on the results and not on the process. But for you to not affect your edge and for you to consistently apply your edge in trading, you have to have a positive mindset and be focused on the process. This is how this 30% win rate is going to turn into your real skill. So for you to reflect your real skill on the market, you have to have basically no emotions. I don't know if that's confusing or not, but I'm just trying to underline that every issue that you're gonna have as a trader is gonna be fixed by you focusing on the process and having the right mindset. This is why psychology is the foundation of trading, because if you have bad psychology or a bad mindset, it's going to affect your edge, therefore you're going to turn unprofitable. If you have a proper mindset, you're going to be able to apply your edge consistently, therefore that's going to be a real skill. Now there's the other scenario where you don't have an edge yet, and that's when psychology doesn't really matter. So let's try and understand this. Like, obviously the main thing in trading is going to be your edge, but there's an invisible thing that can affect this, which is psychology. So actually, the main thing is your edge, not your psychology. But if you have a bad psychology, it's gonna affect your edge and you're gonna turn unprofitable. I don't know if that makes sense. But let's go over the first scenario where you don't have an edge yet. Obviously here you don't even care about psychology. Your first priority should be building an edge, then build the proper mindset for you to apply that edge. So they're equally important. First obviously should be your edge, second should be your psychology, because if you have a bad mindset, you will not be able to apply your edge consistently. So what is a bad mindset? Let's try and understand this here. What is a bad mindset and what is a good mindset? A bad mindset would be, oh my god, bro, like I was 1 trade away from passing phase 1. Now I'm going back again. Oh my fucking god, I don't want to be here again, bro. Like, getting affected. You know how you should be, and this is what I work towards. When you take a loss, for you to not feel anything, This is how I felt today. Usually, until I reached this point in my life, or after every loss, I would feel so depressed. I would feel like I don't want to do anything. I would feel just like I want to distract myself with video games, with weed, and so on. But now, since my focus was on the process, those emotions are not there anymore. After 2 losses in a day, I'm not affected. Why? Because I don't care about results. Because the only way you're gonna not have emotions about a loss is if you don't care about the loss. Duh. Now, bro, you know where your focus should be? Okay, what can I actually improve from here? Was my entry good? Was context good? What was my mistake here? Where obviously my mistake I can explain in really short. My mistake was, even though the market was massively dumping on this pair, I was shorting in a very high resistance area. Like I wasn't paying attention to this part of price. Like here, it's a very massive block of orders, and you don't want to sell into this. If I would have sold around here or around the lows or anywhere but this, this trade would have probably worked. This is a textbook trade for me. This is a textbook model for me. But we just came deep to mitigate. Why? Because we used our resistance to come push price higher. Okay, what can I improve? Wait, what happened with this lot? Why did I take a loss here? Well, blah 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 blah. Again, the same thing. This was a bit of an iffy setup. The entry was slightly bad here. Okay, how can I improve? Okay, the entry was slightly bad. Why was the entry bad? Because of this candle. Price should have closed a bit more aggressively. What was this candle indicating? That we're gonna have a deeper pullback. Where should have I placed my entry? Here. Oh wait, you can actually improve. You can actually get better. Because as a beginner trader, I didn't realize the importance of mindset. It's the most important thing. Because mindset will not only allow you to apply your edge, but it will allow you to improve more and to turn profitable faster. Because if you're gonna care about this loss, you will not do anything for the rest of the day. And trust me, I've been there. You don't want to journal. You are frustrated. You just want to, I don't know, cry or do something. But when you don't care, you're focused on the process. You want to improve. Like, do you think I'm gonna let these losses make me down myself? You think that I'm gonna let the fact that I'm at break even? Actually, I thought I'm at 2%. I'm at break even again. Do you think I'm gonna let this make me down myself? Come on, bro. I've seen what I'm capable of. I'm not gonna let 2 losses or the fact that I came for 6% here make me down myself, because I know who I am. I'm confident in myself. Why I'm confident in myself? Because I saw wins over and over and over and over and over again. But even like that, if you're not careful, you can start doubting yourself. Even if you have 8 wins and 2 losses, you can, if your focus is not where it should be, you will let those 2 losses affect you. If you have 8 wins and 2 losses, if you're going to be focusing on those losses, what's going to happen? You're going to start being emotional, and you're going to start doubting yourself, and doubt will just block your manifestation. And what you're going to do is going to also affect your trading, even though in reality you have an 80% win rate. If your focus is where it shouldn't be, it's still gonna affect you to the worst. And this is what happened to me recently, right? When this losing streak happened, when I was at the start here, come on, find the next. When I was the start here, when I took the first loss, it actually affected me, because I was like, bro, wait, no, I'm losing again. I don't want to be stuck break even again for more time. I already been 6 months in this shit. It started affecting me mentally. The last 2 losses today weren't that bad. They were just a matter of me locking myself back in and trying to grow and in the proper mindset. So if you want to have a good mindset for trading and be unstoppable, I can recommend you some things that you can do to reach that. Because currently, as I said here, I had a really bad mindset when this losing streak happened. Whereas I found that when at this part I had a really bad mindset. I was focused on the results that affected me really hard emotionally. But there were some things I did to help me get back into this mindset I'm currently in, because I've done this process a lot of times. So it's for you to reach the proper mindset, you obviously have to control. You have to understand what does actually form a mindset. Thoughts. Ooh, thoughts. Then thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs actually turn into a mindset. Oh my god, bro, how are you so fucking smart, bro? Oh my god. Okay, they were just joking, obviously. So what is the root cause? Obviously, you cannot just try and change your mindset without understanding where it comes from. Like, obviously, the root cause is your thoughts, so you have to change your thoughts. So let's try and illustrate a negative mindset first. So, because obviously a negative mindset is formed by repetitive negative thoughts, repetition. So actually, my bad. It's repetitive. So repeating thoughts turn into beliefs, and beliefs turn into mindset. Negative mindset and positive mindset. So negative mindset is formed by repeating negative thoughts. Like, I'm just a loser. I'm just a loser. Why am I making mistakes? Am I making mistakes over and over? There's so many like things I used to tell myself. Like, yeah, mostly I'm just a loser. I'm just a failure. I never achieved anything. And just this, you have to understand that this are the root cause. If you keep telling them to yourself over and over again, they're going to turn into a negative mindset, and they're going to affect your trading, because that's what we're talking about today. And what you have to do to turn into the mindset you need to have to become profitable, which is the mindset I'm currently in, is replace those thoughts with positive ones. I'm a winner. Instead of remembering how many losses you took or how many times you failed, remember the times you won. That's gonna start and grow your confidence. Ooh. That's gonna start growing your confidence. Understand, have faith. Why am I making mistakes? I just need to improve more. You need to improve. Place the positive thoughts in your head. Like, I'm gonna tell you what thoughts I place to myself. Instead of focusing on losses, I focus on wins, how many times I won. I started growing my confidence because I realized the level I'm currently at, and that I'm actually at a really high level in my trading. So remember your wins, first of all. Second, have faith in God. Have faith in God. Don't think about time. Think about it. This is one very important word, or a very important phrase that you should tell yourself. It doesn't matter when I'm gonna succeed. I know I'm gonna succeed at some point if I keep improving. If I keep improving and I never give up, at some point I'm gonna succeed. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter when. All I know is that at some point I'm gonna succeed. Why? Because I'm capable. I'm capable. So I cannot really give you an exact rule, because this depends actually person to person, but all you need to do is replace these negative thoughts with positive ones. So instead of saying I'm just a loser, say I'm just a winner. I'm a winner. I've won so many times. Even if I lost, this are just stepping stone. Instead of looking at losses as something bad, look at them as opportunities to improve, or stepping stones, necessary steps you have to go through as on your journey. I'm not gonna look at this as something bad, as oh my god, I'm losing. I'm not gonna look at this as an opportunity to grow, as something necessary. Also, one thing that is gonna have you is just think about God putting you through these trials, God giving you trials to grow. So what are you gonna do with this? Grow. It's a necessary step you must go through to your journey. It doesn't matter when you succeed. Don't care about time. Don't care about results. Have confidence in yourself and have faith in God. This is all I wanted to. I don't know if I made this confusing, but it's already like 20 minutes. It's a bit complicated because it's unscripted. So yeah, for you to build the mindset you want to have, like you need to have, for you to be profitable, you have to replace your negative thoughts with positive ones. Instead of focusing on the losses, focus on the wins that you have. These are ultimately going to build confidence, and these are going to build that unstoppable mindset you need to have. So don't care about results at all. Never care about the process, improving. See every mistake as an opportunity to grow. Do you think right now I'm gonna sit here and cry because I lost and because I'm back at break even? Hell nah, bruh. Hell fucking nah, bruh. Like, all I'm gonna do is improve. Like, this is an opportunity to improve and get better. Like, I learned some things today that I didn't even think about. I learned a case where you can actually expect deeper pullbacks in your entry. I never thought that this is even possible, bro. Actually, today I realized that there are cases where you can expect price to make a shallow pullback and continue on, and cases where you can expect a deeper pullback and you can take your entry here. So imagine like the levels you can actually reach, so you can benefit. Instead of taking your entry here, let's just imagine the trade would have worked. Instead of taking your entry here, next time you can take it here. And from a 2R, your R goes to 3.5. And when price leaves without having that deep pullback that you usually have in 0507, instead of putting your entry here and being missed, you can actually put your entry here and still make money because you are aware and you improved and know. This is why improving is so important, because always there's something to improve, and there's something to make better of yourself that's gonna help you in the long term. I didn't even think about this ever being able to read something. Reading if price is likely to have a deep pullback in your entry, or reach premium prices, or price leave without reaching premium prices. This is what I learned today, and also some facts about drone liquidity. Results don't fucking matter. Why? Because I'm confident in myself, because I've seen what I'm capable of over and over and over again. I'm not gonna let 2 losses, and I'm not gonna let my equity curve determine like how I feel about myself. I'm not gonna let results make me doubt myself or make me feel unprofitable when I know I am, even if results don't show it. I know I am. I just have to improve and keep improving until I can consistently apply my skill in the market. So don't focus on improvement. I don't know if I was actually to help you, or if you actually understood something from this video, because many times I actually overcomplicate stuff. I have so many things in my head that sometimes it's hard to put them simply. But yeah, I hope you found something useful about mindset in this video. And remember, mindset is really important. And if you focus on the process, every single psychological mistake you have is going to disappear. So stay focused on the process. It's not something that you're going to build overnight. It's not something that one day you're going to be focused on results and the next day you're going to be focused on the process. It's something you have to build over weeks, if not months. How are you going to build that? By repeating thoughts to your head. Okay, losses don't matter. You have to repeat this every day you take a loss. Losses don't matter. What matters is that I improve. Equity curve doesn't matter. Profits don't matter. What matters is that if I improve, because if I'm gonna improve, at some point I'm gonna succeed, no matter when. So if you repeat these thoughts consistently to yourself, you're gonna become focused on the process. It's not something that just clicks. It's something that you legitimately have to build in your mind by repeating thoughts. So just think about how would a profitable trader think, and then try and form yourself that mindset. It's not something that comes overnight. It's something that comes through repetition and consistency. You have to think about psychology as maintenance, right? As maintenance. So let me actually try and explain this again. So let's try and understand this. Psychology is maintenance. It's not something you just fix and it's gonna stay like that forever. That's not the case. Man, let's say this is the sweet spot of psychology. This is profitability, I would call it. And this is obviously unprofitable. Both of these sides. So let's say like this. This is the ball. This is your mindset. This is where you're going to start, obviously, as a trader. How are you going to move the ball into a profitable mindset? By putting thoughts that push it until it comes here. But you have to understand one thing, right? If you have a profitable mindset, that doesn't mean it cannot slip away and go to the other parts. Your job is, this is why maintenance is like a car. It can start slipping, but your job is to be aware of it slipping, stepping away, and push it back with thoughts and keep it in check always. This is how a profitable mindset is formed. It's not something, this is why it's not formed overnight, and it's not, once you solve it, it's not going to stay like that forever. You have to consistently monitor it, and how you're going to move it from left to right is going to be through positive thoughts. Yeah. I don't know if it's confusing or not, but yeah. So if anyone has found anything useful in this video, but yeah. This is probably going to be it for today. I'm going to get to journaling this, because obviously I'm going to improve. Obviously come back the next day. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, look at me, look how I think, right? It doesn't matter what happens. If I took these losses, I know I'm going to make them back 10 times over. I know these are some mistakes that it can easily fix. So it's just a matter of improvement until I do not take these trades and I do not take these losses. Does it really fucking matter? To be honest, Does it really fucking matter? Does it really fucking matter when I'm gonna turn profitable? It's not. Why? Because I do this because I love it. I do this because I love it. I don't do it for the results, as a lot of people actually do. I do it because I love it. I love the process. That's just it. So I hope you found something useful in this video.